Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, continuing the percussion revolver series, and the last episode we did where we're wrapping up the shooting of the standard cartridge in my guns. I refired my 1860 Army with it. This gun shot 30 rounds through it. I also shot with the 3rd Model Dragoon. This gun shot 20 rounds that day. And then at the end of that, all I did, I had been lubing with my gun butter in it. At the end of that, all I did was take this cleaning brush, and still gaked up, and I took a little bit of my gun butter and I ran it up and down the barrels. Didn't run a patch down or nothing. I just ran it up and down the barrel. I wiped down the outside of it with a little bit of gun butter. And I took it home and I laid it down on these two guns down on a table in my shop. Now this is not a climate controlled. Since that time we've had temperatures down in the 40s. We had days in the 80s. We've had humidity about 70%. I'm in lower Alabama. We've had storm fronts come through. High humidity for a couple of days. After 3 weeks, let's see what they look like. Did they rust? Did the bore rust up real bad? Will they not function anymore? All I've done is literally picked them off the bench and brought them out here. You're seeing them the same way as me. First off, here's the 1860. If you're looking in the barrel, you can see she's dirty. Will she rotate? She rotated. You can still see the fouling up under the hammer right there. Now I'm going to take her apart. The cylinder is white. But right now, fast, locked up, slow. Locked up. So she's not bound up. Let's pop the barrel wedge out. I'm sure you're not going to be able to see a whole lot. That way, let me see if there we go. Let me put a light in there. Now what I see is a black road up in there. It's been fully, alright, you can see if I rotate it, what it looks like inside. Coming from the breech. I don't want to blind you, I just want to get where you can see down the barrel. There we go. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm now going to take that same bristle brush. I'm going to use bullet butter. Gun butter is a softer, it's like Vaseline. It's great for coating the surfaces. It's also great for running up and down the bore. That's what I developed it for. I developed bullet butter, and some of you guys in hot climates may prefer bullet butter. It's exactly the same recipe, but it's more of a paste, a lot thicker. This was designed to be a bullet lube for those that want to dip conicals and stuff, and like I showed last time, just roll a conical in it. But I'm going to leave this dry first, and I'm going to take, as you can see right there, how much fouling is on that. Let's see what happens when I take the brush and go across it. Alright, now let's go up and down the bore. After 3 weeks, is it rusted out? Is it going to be all plugged up? Now I'm in no way advocating this means you don't have to clean your muzzleloader. I'd never say that. But what I am saying is those of you that want to hunt with a muzzleloader, you want to take muzzleloader to the field like I do, for camping trips and stuff like that, well, I'll be doggone. And the question is, and it came out foul and rolled out. But the bore's shiny. It's shiny. It's not even rusty up in there. So I can angle it off a little bit. You can see up in there a little bit better. Alright. cylinder. Cylinder, as you can see, is ashy white up in there. But what I don't see in the back of the chambers is rust. I'm just seeing dried fouling. The bore butter kept it from rusting. It neutralized the rust. Now I'm going to do is just spin it on it, break it loose. Go up center axis. And I can see daylight in all 6 nipple holes. I could reload that right now. Put a little bit more light in it. Now it's by no means clean, but what it ain't is rusty. Look at the nipple holes. Again, this was shot and laid down. How about that base pin? Still greasy. How about that fouling right there on the frame? It wipes off. Bore butter did its job. That means that I can take this to the field and with little effort keep this gun working and in the field just by that. Now, the fouling's wiping off after 3 weeks. Now, of course, I want to clean it good. I'm in no way advocating, but what I'm saying is, by using gun butter and bore butter, I'm able to keep a gun in the field, just like this. Because it's still functional right now, after that many weeks. Now let's take a bit of a patch and let's run up and down that cylinder, and then we'll go, well, let's go for the bore first. Go for the bore. I'm just going to take it just like that, wrap it around just like that. Okay? What you think? That bore is shiny right now. Ain't a lick of rust on it. Clean where the loading rammer goes. As I said in my video, all I do is I take a bristle brush full of the lube and I run it up and down the barrel first before I ever start shooting. That eliminates 90% of the later on problem fouling. But there's no rust on the cylinder. There's no rust on the barrel where I have fired it. You know, how many times have you gone to the range and shot, and then whenever you got home, it was already starting to rust? Guilty. I've been there. It just seemed like magic. I have literally shot and been talking to guys, and while we were standing there talking, I've looked down and saw rust on the gun. We've only shot 15, 20 times, but we've been talking for 2 hours. You know, the conditions are right, it's hot, it's humid, etc. And the fouling just seems to immediately turn to rust. But with adding gun butter, bullet butter, it don't. No rust around the nipples. All right. Now that I've done this test, what I will do now is I will go home and I'll actually clean it. That was the 1860. How did the 30 mile Dragoon do? Let's see. Return her to her proper position. Just like that. Alright. Now she's a bit tougher. Get her to let go of that wedge. Well, there she caught. She caught. Fast. Locked up. Slow. Locked up. And the back of the barrel, she's pretty gnarly. The question is, that rust right there, or just fouling? It's definitely gnarly down there. See if you can see down that barrel. She looks like in there. All right. Same procedure. I'm going to run a bare brush up and down. Just like that. I'm seeing white flaky residue coming out. Shiny bore. Even with that back there on the back, look at the brush, it's kind of white, where it turned like a white chalk. I know somebody in the comments is going to ask, you say, well, it's beef tallow and beeswax beef tallow. No, it's not. But that bore is shiny right now. Look at that. Huh. About the cylinder. Wow. There's actually some, I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's kind of globules of fouling in there where she shot. But again, no rust. Brush, give her a spin, just like that. Remember in Good and the Bad and the Ugly, how Blondie took just a brush and was scrubbing the fouling out of his gun? I know it's a movie, it's not real, but that's basically what I'm doing right here. After 3 weeks of firing 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders is what was fired in these guns respectively. And there still is a little bit of fouling in that one right there at the bottom. Lock that down good. Yeah. But you can see the nipple holes are still clear. Right there. All of them. I can see all 6 right there, clear channels. Alright, how about the under the hammer? You can see it's caked up, but good. Alright, let me get a clean patch. Okay. Fouling coming off after 3 weeks. Fouling right now I'm just wiping it off because I took the precaution of taking that gun butter or bullet butter and just lightly wiping down the whole gun before I ever started. I loaded it, shot all that time, didn't do anything other than pour the powder in, put the projectile in and cap it and went. That's it. It's not bound up, it's not ginked up, it's fully functional right now. So, half cocked. In goes that. And then we put that back on, drift the key back. Bore's clean enough right now to load and start shooting. We're already established the nipple channels are clean. It ain't a big old glob of rust. That is 2.5 years work between me and Miss Lita Green coming up with a formula that works. I don't say this lightheartedly, I'm dead serious. It's the best lube I have ever used in black powder. It gives me great accuracy, it keeps the fouling soft, and most importantly, it keeps rusting and fouling to a minimum to the point that I could have carried this gun for 3 weeks right now in the field. All I'd have to do at night is just run a brush up and down it to knock any cake out if I was going to be using it as a hunting gun. Knock the clots out of it and still have accuracy. All I got to do is just dig that brush into a little bit of lube and run up down the bore, and she's ready to go right back to the field right now. I have no doubt it'll shoot and be accurate. All of that from a little bitty bit of lube. Now, if you would like to try it with your muzzle loading stuff, it is go to handmade by C3GAC.com, right there along the bottom edge. You'll find it as Blackie's gun butter or Blackie's bullet butter under there. Which one to get? I use the gun butter for the everyday lubricant. It's about like Vaseline. With the bullet butter, does just as good, it's just thicker. And so those of you that are in really hot climates, you may want to just get the bullet butter. It's more of a creamy and more of a pasty, and you can coat it, more control it. If you're in the really cold climes, you may want to just get the gun butter. There's two different formulas because we made this up so that you could do dip lubing of conical bullets and modern bullets. Now, I have also sold several cases of them to people who are shooting modern guns, because like a friend of mine, he shoots a 10mm Glock, and we went out shooting, and he went through about 300 rounds at the range that day while I'm on range A shooting black powder. He's around the corner on B shooting his 10. And we got done to sit down and talk a minute. We took my gun butter, and I did exactly like I did my muzzle loader. I just took the lube patch, ran up and down his barrel, wet the outside of it, and we laid it down and gave it 10 minutes. At the end of 10 minutes, we took a paper towel and wiped 95% of the fouling came off the barrel like that. And then we ran a patch up and down. 2 patches, that barrel looked like you hadn't fired it, instead of doing a half-hour cleaning it with other products. This works on your modern guns as well. I've had reports back it being used in varmint guns to clean the bore and in ARs to clean for high volume shooting. It does a good job. It actually wicks underneath the fouling and it just floats right off. So if you've been wanting to try it, please go see Miss Lita. I'd appreciate it. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.